Hi everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel, I suppose. A long time coming, I know. I know this time last year I spoke about doing tutorials and videos, but let me tell you, technology and me do not go. I am no Spielberg, your job's safe. So this is actually my third time doing a tutorial, and third time lucky, I suppose. The inspiration came from a couple of weeks back. I did Kelly Kennedy's makeup, who, when this airs, will be Mrs. Kelly Henderson. So we did a really deep smoky eye on her, and a lot of people said that's my signature look. What do I use? How do I do it? Could I do a blog on it? And that's when I thought, right, blog, tutorial, let's do it. This is actually, by the time this uploads, this will actually be my third anniversary being Steph M Artistry. So this was a little bit of a great timing, a thank you to people that have asked for this sort of thing from me, people that have liked the Facebook page, followed me on Instagram. Just literally helps me do what I love as a job on a daily basis, and asked to see these kind of things from me. So this is for all of you guys. The 3rd year anniversary, a massive thank you to you all. That I literally can't say any more than a massive thank you. So this is for you guys, so give it a watch. Hopefully you like it. These things will hopefully get better over time. This was my first time, so forgive me if it's not the movie of the century or the tutorial of the century. Please forgive. Hopefully I'll learn as I go, but give it a like if you like it. Subscribe if you can. I'll link everything that I've used in the description box below. I will link all of my social media that you can follow if you want more of me. Great. But give it a like, give it a subscribe if you want. And I hope you like it. Thank you very much. Bye.
So the most important start to the day, brows. I recently dyed my hair quite red, so my OCD for brows is kicking in. So right now I'm just using a little bit of red blusher to warm up the tone of my brows. Next up, I'm using a little bit of the Illamasqua brow gel to shape my brows a little bit more and darken the tail. So I'm just going to move that right from underneath my brow out to the side and create more of an arch. I'm actually going to skip through my brows quite quickly. I know that will kill you, but I'm off to America in the next couple of weeks and plan on obviously making a trip to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Boutique, which I will be able to do a full brow tutorial with some of the goodies that I pick up from there. And now I'm just using a little bit of a sleek brow gel in clear just to set those bad boys in place. This bit's pretty self-explanatory. I'm just using a little bit of the MAC Prep and Prime pen in Light Boost to highlight my brow bone and sculpt out the bottom arch of my brows. And now I'm going to go ahead and base my eyelids for eyeshadow with a little bit of the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in shade Fair. So starting off with eyeshadow, I'm actually going to use the Jaclyn Morphe palette. I've taken the warm brown shade on the top row, which I did actually film but had a bit of a camera malfunction and didn't manage to get that in. So it's just on the top row, the warm brown shade, and I'm using it on a MAC 224, just really blending it through the socket. I'm not being too clean because when I first apply this, I apply it right where I want it and really use the brush to buff that out and blend. Next up, I'm using a little bit of MAC Soba on the 217 MAC brush again, really packing that into the socket area and adding that to the sort of warm transition shade that we put on before, really blending it backwards and forwards and just intensifying that area, which you'll thank me for later when we start to add all the dark shades in. Now we're going to go dark with a black Rimmel eye pencil. This is just a regular Rimmel crayon, nice and soft, easy to pop onto the eyelid, and we're literally just going to cover the whole eyelid, making sure we cover the whole lash line really intensely and just get it right up to the socket and no more. Using a MAC 239 brush, clean, no product on it, we're just going to buff all the harsh edges of that liner out. Now using a little bit of MAC Carbon, again on a 239 brush. It doesn't have to be clean this time, you can use the one you were using to blending before. We're just going to add some MAC Carbon onto the top of the eyeliner. 1, this will help soften any harsh edges that we've got. 2, it'll help to set the crayons, it lasts a little bit longer. And 3, it just means we get to go a little bit darker. And to finish off the eye look, we're going to use another MAC eyeshadow. This one's MAC Antique, a nice warm bronze colour on a nice fluffy brush again. And this is going to go backwards and forwards in the socket area, really giving everything that seamless lid to socket blend. So we had another bit of a camera malfunction, I'm afraid, and the camera cut out halfway through me filming my eyeshadow. So we're going to skip right on to doing the bottom bit, but you didn't miss much. I just applied a set of false lashes in Eyelure texture. I can't remember the number, but I'll link it below. And we cleaned up underneath any sort of fall we'd had from doing the top of the eyes. Right now I'm just using the Jaclyn Hill palette again, the same warm shade, and buffing that backwards and forwards with a small brush, and using a MAC 217 to blend that out. And same as we did on the top, we're going to intensify the lash line on the bottom. We're using a MAC 212 with some more of our carbon, and that's just really densely being packed into the lash line, backwards and forwards again. And just so we have that nice seamless blend, I'm just using a clean Real Techniques fluffy brush to blend that black into the sort of warm shade we put on before. I'm going to finish off with a couple of coats of mascara. I'm using Rimmel Lash Highlighter, I think it is, but again, I'll link everything down below if I can't remember. So now that I've finished the eyes, I'm going to jump straight onto skin. I'm going to cover up those bad boys that seem to have appeared on my skin overnight. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible in shade 102 Vanilla. It is a little bit warmer than my skin tone, but I do like to self-tan, so please forgive that it just looks slightly yellow until it's all blended in. I'm using a Real Techniques buffing brush to really buff that into the skin, and I'm going to blend, making sure to get it right over my hairline, my ears, under my chin, and blend. And I'm going to blend some more. I like to blend. Now I'm going to use a little bit of the Prep and Prime pens again, but I'm going to use Bright Forecast this time. This product is perfect for those that suffer with that really heavy dark circles under their eyes. It's got a really good peachy undertone to it, so it's great for brightening up the complexion. I'm also going to use a little bit of my trusted collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in shade Fair again. This is going to go a little bit under the eyes, but also on any high points of the face, just to give my face a bit more shape. And you guessed it, we're going to go ahead and blend all that into our foundation. This time I'm using a clean MAC 153 brush so we get a nicer blend. I'm now going to get rid of the passengers, again using the Lasting Perfection Concealer. This one's in the second lightest shade, shade 2, and I'm going to use a Real Techniques brush, the one we used to apply our foundation, just to blend that into the foundation. And we're blending again. So because we've got quite a strong dark eye in this look, I really didn't want to have a harsh contour, but I do like to have more shape in my face, and because we've added light where light would be, we now have to add dark where dark would be. So I'm using Chanel bronzer in 62 Terre Epice. I'm using that in a big fluffy brush so it's not too harsh, it's nice and blown out, and I'm just applying that where you'd naturally get shadow on your face. So the sides of the face, the temples, under the cheekbones, the chin, and just buffing that out. And can I just say that is a good blending face. It may seem like I'm applying a lot of product here and going backwards and forwards and dipping in my brush a lot, but I would rather put on little bits and build it so the blend's much softer rather than a really harsh line to start with. Now, is this a smug face or what? I'm using the Mystery Princess Cinderella collection powder, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that on tops of the cheekbones, any high points that just give a nice glow. This powder's great. It's just so glowing. It's not a big, thick, chunky highlighter. It just gives that skin a dreamy look. Next up, I'm going to apply a little bit of blusher on my favourite little dinky brush. It's a 129 short-handed MAC brush. It's a Bourjois BLusher. I think it's Love Struck or Struck in Love. Again, I'll link it down below. And now this is just me faffing. I add a little bit of Studio Fix powder. I just like to soften up my contour, my blusher, so there's no harsh edges, and just add a little bit more coverage in areas. Now we're on the home straight now. I'm using MAC pencil in Boldly Bare just to outline my lips. This is a great soft peachy colour, really good nude without it being like you've got foundation lips. Once you've outlined your lips, I like to go ahead and just add a little bit more to sort of colour in the lips so we don't have any harsh lip line. So apply your lipstick of choice. Mine's at the moment is the Revlon Creme Brulee. I'm going to give that a good shimmy into my lips and soften that over the Cupid's bow as well. At this point, I like to have a good look at my foundation, my makeup, my eyes, my lips, and really just think about if it needs anything else. So as you can see, I'm adding a little bit more blusher. Our lips are quite nude, our eyes are quite dark, so we don't want to be washed out. So I'm just giving myself a little bit more colour in the cheeks. I'm also going to go ahead and add our line in the waterline. While I'm doing my eye makeup, my eyes can water, so I like to do this right at the end when they've had a chance to dry off and it's not a battle really. I'm just using a Bourjois brown pencil. You can use any that you have. And because I'm a bit of a powder freak, I'm going to set my makeup with the Nye Banana powder. This does great for under the eyes, really brightens up that dark shadows and just allows the makeup to look nice and flawless. I only use this when I've got a tan, mind you, because it can be quite yellow, so approach with caution. And that's me done. Thank you so much for watching. As you can see, I'm having a right good look at myself. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!